Is that light behind me really
Hello
glaring?
and welcome. We have got the beautiful Emma Watts from the Daisy Chain joining us. And this is part 2 where we're actually going to talk about these 5 things. And hello to the lovely Emma. Hello.
Hi, Sharyn.
Lovely to have you with us. And for those who may not have caught part 1, we encourage you to go back and definitely hear a little bit more about what Emma's shared about being an entrepreneur and founder of the Daisy Chain, and how the Daisy Chain is bringing joy into nursing homes, aged care facilities, and her big mission. And so what Emma's going to share now is around helping people feel loved. And she's got some 5 great tips. And so I'm going to hand it over to you to get started with number 1. Emma.
Thank you, Sharyn. So number 1 for me, it sounds probably very obvious, but I've called it the name game. It's in this world of instant gratification and, technology, one of the most important things that we can remember is just to find out someone's name. Just ask their name, but most importantly, to remember their name, because it's very easy to go through the motions and introduce yourself. But very often we find ourselves 5 minutes later going, oh, gosh, what was their name? I can't remember. So just remembering someone's name.
And using it, of course, to make that feel special. Fantastic. Great tip with any one of us. Absolutely. Okay, so number 2, it's not always about you.
I know, that was hard for me because it is always about me. And it's funny because one of my later tips says the opposite, but it's not always about you. To make someone else feel loved, it's important to make them feel special. So ask questions, be interested, and like with the name game, actually remember what they say, and then use those things later on in conversation. So if someone tells you that they love musicals, the next time you see them, say, hi, Mary. I remember last time you were telling me how much you love musicals. Have you seen any lately? Have you watched anything? So making it about them, remembering things about them that are important to them.
Beautiful. Great. Love it. And again, as you're saying, it's just not trying to sort of focus on the things that you might be interested in, but understanding what it is that they are trying to share in their conversation, because listening is is certainly something that's not necessarily on everyone's radar of late. No. We get a little bit with some of those rectangle things in front of our face, i.e. tablets and phones and stuff. Fantastic. Okay, so number 3 is...
Number 3, yes. So number 3 ties in with number 2. It's not always about you. Ask questions, lots of questions. Questions are great. The thing with questions too is, so that you don't sound like you're interrogating someone, is to I've used it when I'm doing sales coaching with people, is actually I call it the mirror technique. I don't know if it's got a real name, but when someone gives you some information about themselves, give some information back about yourself that's relevant to what they're saying. So, if let's use the musicals example again, they love musicals. I might say something along the lines of, oh, me too. I remember going to see 42nd Street with my nan when I was 10 years old. So making it more of a conversation, that'll also help you remember those things later, because you'll remember those conversations. Also, avoiding yes or no questions. So, ask leading questions that are actually going to get some information from the person. And these are kind of all, as well as making someone feel loved, they also come into, to sales techniques as well when you're talking to people. The more information you can find out, the better.
And that was a part I always really found intrigued in my time with direct sales, is that people would come in to an organisation and go, oh, but, I don't know, I'm not a salesperson, I don't know how to sell. And you go, but this life is relationships, and you're selling in every relationship. And the aspect of that is to understand the other person, find out what makes them tick. It's having that genuine interest. And what you've just said is building rapport. It's to say, great, find some experience that we can share, and we can both talk a little bit about, so that if there is genuine connection around that common ground.
Absolutely. And people have got this thing about sales, but like you said, we sell ourselves every time we step out the door.
In a personal relationship, you've got a husband, a partner.
Absolutely. Children. I have to sell school lunches every day.
Absolutely, you're right. Absolutely, there's a sales pitch in anyone to
yeah.
some action around the things that they'd like to see happen.
Yeah, I think I'm teaching my children too well though, because they're becoming master negotiators.
Fantastic. So we're up to number 4, and that is free hugs.
Yes, sorry, there's an aeroplane flying over my head, so I hope it's not too noisy.
Lovely.
So human touch, especially in the area that I work, there's a definite need for human interaction and human touch. Interestingly, and you probably know this already, Sharyn, the heart's electrical field is actually 60 times greater than the brain's, and the magnetic field of the heart can actually be felt up to 32 feet from you. So how you act and how you interact and how you go about your life without even knowing can affect people within a huge area around you. So that's just without any human touch. But then, holding someone's hand, touching them on the arm. I know when I've taken my kids into the aged care facilities with me, we now offer free hugs at the end. And not one single person in the room says no to a hug from a 7-year-old. And they grab hold and they do not let go. And I know that it has a massive effect on them for the rest of the day and their feelings and their emotions. And they remember that. And I'll go back 6 months later and they'll say, we remember your daughters. When are they coming back? We love their hugs. Obviously, some people don't like hugs, so you kind of need to suss out the situation first, not just go around hugging everyone. But also holding hands, just holding someone's hand, and that physical touch can make a huge difference to how someone feels.
Amazing. And when you're talking about that hug, and it's just that vibration of life, and we are always going to be human beings in this situation while we're here, and we need that physical contact. We need that element of touch. And when you talk about love languages, which was one of the episodes we did a few months back, and how that being near someone, having quality time, or having that of physical touch was so high on people's 1 of 5 radar. So definitely I can understand that, and people feel your energy that you bring into a situation, into a room, before you've even come in and said anything. So I would say think about the energy you bring into a situation, for sure. Fantastic. So number 5 is about your heart on a sleeve. Tell us a little bit more about that.
It's really important then that you live your highest values. And when I'm talking about values, I'm not talking about kindness and respect and their personality traits, but we all have a value system that's unique to us, like our fingerprint. When you live what your highest values are, and you operate from a place of love, and that's, you can see the people that are doing what they were put here to do, and you can see the people that aren't, and those that are operate from a different place, and they wear their heart on their sleeve, and everyone can see what they're all about. And I think that's, you need to know yourself and love yourself before that you can love anyone else. And I think when we love ourselves, and we use that as a criticism of people, is that, she really loves herself. It's actually a compliment. If someone said to me, I love myself, I'd say, yes, I do, thank you. Because I think it takes, I think it takes a long time to get to that point, and a lot of people never actually achieve that. And it's definitely not a criticism, it's definitely a compliment. And when you love yourself, you can bring love and warmth and kindness to everyone else.
It is such an incredible topic. And as you say, we used it as kids to sort of say, that's sort of a degrading comment, as you say. And now here we are as, these sort of GenX women trying to encourage people to actually do it. And I think, there are differences which, it's a bit of common sense, is that, it's not loving yourself to the detriment of other people. It's actually saying, I'm feeling filled up, and if I'm feeling my cupboard is full, I can actually, give someone. You can't give from an empty cupboard. And, or, it's making an allowance or encouragement for people to say, yes, look after you, and in order for us to all look after other people. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they have been amazing 5 tips, and again, can be applied to everyone, because what we said, what you said rather was, helping people feel loved, and whatever the situation is, whether it's inside your own home. And, Barbara Bush always had that famous quote that in essence said, don't worry about what's happening in the White House. It's, worry about what's happening in your own home as well as, because and if we can help to encourage more love within our homes, and then not, even on a daily basis, I know sometimes that gets a little challenging, but the essence is there. And we all make some days more easier than others, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. So I just want to encourage you all to take a look at the daisy chain. The website's coming up across your screens now, and definitely find out more from Emma and how you can be part of the message of sending love and into the aged care facilities wherever you might be, and how you can volunteer, whether you've got the joy of showing up or you have a talent. Emma would love to hear from you as well, and help us spread the word about that as also. And in doing so, we would love to ask you to enter the draw, because Emma has a beautiful class that she would love to donate to a nursing home aged care facility in your local area. So definitely pop the link into this replay as well, so that you can have the opportunity of entering into there, and someone will be the lovely blesser into the community. So thank you so much, Emma, for offering that as well. So thank you, beautiful. You have delivered some amazing content to our audience, and I know that everyone who's going to go watch this on the replay will go, wow, great, I can feel energized even for my day-to-day, but how can I pass it on to others?
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Bye for now.
Have a lovely day. Bye.